Welcome back to the channel Numismatic Coins Coin Lovers. Today we're diving into the world of rare and valuable coins, and you won't believe the story behind top. Let's get the satire at first up the 1943 Jefferson nickel. This simple 5-cent coin from the World War II era could actually be worth a fortune in today's market. Stay tuned, because this little piece of history might just make you rich overnight. If you've ever thought a simple 5-cent coin could be worth a fortune, then get ready. Because today we're talking about one of the most expensive and valuable United States American Jefferson Nickels, the legendary 1943 issue. This wartime coin may look ordinary at first glance, but in the world of collectors, it carries stories of rarity, history, and jaw-dropping value that could easily make you rich overnight. The 1943 Jefferson nickel is unique because it was minted during World War II, a time when nickel metal was crucial for the war effort. To save this vital material, the U.S. Mint changed the coin's composition. Instead of the usual 75% copper and 25% nickel alloy, the 1943 Jefferson nickel was struck with an unusual mix of 56% copper, 35% silver, and 9% manganese. This means that every 1943 nickel actually contains real silver, giving it not just collectible value, but also intrinsic precious metal worth. Collectors often call these coins the war nickels, and they can be identified easily. Just above Monticello on the reverse side, you'll see a large mint mark, P, D, or S, something that was never done before on nickels until this series. This large mint mark makes the wartime issue stand out, but what really makes them valuable are the rare variations, minting errors, and pristine conditions in which they sometimes appear. Now, not every 1943 nickel will make you rich. Most examples in circulated condition might only fetch a few dollars because millions were made. But here's where the treasure hunt begins. The coins graded at high mint state levels, like MS66, MS67, or even proof-like strikes, are the ones collectors go absolutely crazy for. For example, a top-quality 1943 P. Jefferson nickel with dazzling luster has sold for well over $10,000 at auction. That's right. 5 cents turning into tens of thousands of dollars overnight. But the real jackpot lies in the rarest errors and special issues. Some 1943 nickels were struck with double dies, off-center strikes, or weak strikes that give them a unique appearance. There are also incredibly scarce full-step varieties, where the steps of Monticello on the reverse are perfectly struck and fully visible. These full-step nickels from 1943 are among the most sought after, and depending on grade, they can soar in value to $20,000 or more. The history and rarity together make the 1943 Jefferson nickel a true collector's dream. Its silver content ties it directly to the sacrifices of the war era, while its unusual design details and mint errors keep it exciting for numismatists. Owning one in top condition isn't just about holding a coin. It's about holding a piece of American history that tells a story of resilience and resourcefulness during wartime. So, if you ever come across a 1943 nickel in your change, don't dismiss it as pocket change too quickly. Take a closer look at the mint mark, the steps of Monticello, and the overall shine of the coin. You could be holding on to something worth thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of dollars. This little coin has the power to change your fortune overnight, and is one of the many hidden treasures still waiting to be discovered in drawers, jars, and collections across America. In the end, the 1943 Jefferson nickel proves that big money can come in small packages. What looks like an ordinary wartime 5-cent piece could actually be your ticket to overnight wealth. So keep your eyes open, check your coins carefully, and who knows, the next legendary 1943 Jefferson nickel worth a fortune could be in your hands right now. Next up today, we're diving deep into the story of the 1944 Jefferson nickel, a coin that looks like just another 5 cents at first glance, but in reality, could be worth thousands of dollars in today's market. This nickel has a fascinating history, and its most valuable versions have made collectors' jaws drop at auction. If you own one, it might just change your life overnight. The 1944 Jefferson nickel is part of the special Wartime Nickels series, struck from 1942 to 1945. Because of World War II, nickel metal was in short supply, so the U.S. Mint replaced it with an alloy made of 56% copper, 35% silver, and 9% manganese. That means every 1944 nickel actually contains silver, making it not only collectible but also historically important. These nickels can be identified easily by the large mint mark placed above Monticello on the reverse side. There were 3 mints that struck the 1944 Jefferson nickel: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You'll see the mint mark is a big P.D. or S above Monticello. While millions were produced, the condition, rarity of varieties, and striking errors are what drive up their value. Some of the rarest 1944 nickels are worth more than a brand new car today. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1944 nickel truly valuable. While circulated examples are often worth just a couple of dollars due to their silver content, high-grade examples certified by grading companies can bring big money. For instance, coins graded MS-67 or higher, with sharp details and flawless surfaces, are highly sought after by collectors. A top-graded 1944 Jefferson nickel can sell for over $5,000 at auction. Even more exciting are the rare error coins. One of the most famous is a 1944 D over D repunch mint mark, where the Denver D was struck twice and overlaps. Collectors love these varieties, and depending on the condition, they can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Other errors, such as off-center strikes or die cracks, can also multiply the value of a 1944 nickel far beyond its face value. The record prices for 1944 nickels are astonishing. A pristine 1944 S. Jefferson nickel graded MS-67 with full steps has sold for more than $10,000 at auction. Full steps means the steps on Monticello's design are completely visible, which is extremely rare due to weak strikes. The combination of high grade and full steps makes these nickels some of the most valuable in the entire Jefferson nickel series. So, how do you know if your 1944 Jefferson nickel is valuable? First, check the mint mark above Monticello. Then, examine the coin's condition. Does it have sharp details, minimal wear, and luster? If you suspect you have a high-grade coin, getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC is the best way to unlock its true value. You might be holding on to a treasure worth thousands of dollars without even realizing it. In conclusion, the 1944 Jefferson nickel is much more than just pocket change. It's a piece of American history that could potentially make you rich overnight. From its wartime silver composition to its rare high-grade examples and exciting era varieties, this coin proves why collectors are willing to pay big money. So check your coin jars, old collections, and inherited change. You never know if a 1944 nickel is hiding there, waiting to change your fortune forever. Next up today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the 1964 Jefferson nickel. While most people might think of this 5-cent piece as just everyday pocket change, certain rare varieties and error coins from this year have shocked the coin market, selling for tens of thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. A nickel worth just 5 cents could actually make you rich overnight if you have the right one hiding in your collection. The 1964 Jefferson nickel holds a special place in U.S. coinage because it was minted during a period of great change in America's monetary system. With silver coinage being phased out in the mid-1960s, the mint produced massive quantities of 1964 nickels to help meet the demand for circulating coins. Over 2.8 billion nickels were struck across the Philadelphia and Denver mints, making it one of the highest mintage years in the entire Jefferson nickel series. But as collectors know, when so many coins are minted, unique varieties and mistakes are bound to happen, and that's exactly what makes some of these nickels so valuable. For most 1964 Jefferson nickels, their value is only a few cents over face value if they're in circulated condition. However, uncirculated examples, especially those with high grades certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC, can fetch anywhere from $10 to $200 depending on their luster and sharpness. But the real treasures lie in the rare errors and proof-like specimens that stand out from the billions of ordinary strikes. One of the biggest mysteries surrounding the 1964 nickel is the so-called 1964 SMS Special Mint Set nickel. Unlike normal circulation strikes, these coins have proof-like surfaces, sharp strikes, and satin finishes. Only a handful of these are known to exist, and experts believe they were experimental coins struck when the mint was transitioning to special mint sets in 1965. Because of their rarity, these 1964 SMS nickels are incredibly valuable, with some selling for over $30,000 to $40,000 at auction. Another reason the 1964 Jefferson nickel is famous among collectors is because of its rare mint errors. Double die obverse, repunch mint marks, and off-center strikes have been discovered, and depending on their severity, they can bring hundreds or even thousands of dollars. For example, a strong double die showing on Jefferson's profile or the lettering can easily push the coin's value into the thousands. Collectors love these errors because they're both rare and visually striking. The record prices for 1964 Jefferson nickels have stunned even veteran coin dealers. A high-grade 1964 SMS nickel has sold for over $43,000 at auction. Even more common business strikes, when graded at the absolute top level such as MS-67 or MS-68, can bring thousands of dollars. It's these jaw-dropping sales that keep treasure hunters digging through rolls of nickels, hoping to strike it rich with a single rare find. If you're checking your collection, or even your spare change, there are a few key things to look for. First, inspect a mint mark, AD for Denver or no mint mark for Philadelphia. Then, carefully check for any doubling on the date, lettering, or Jefferson's image. Next, look closely at the strike quality. If it has proof-like surfaces, sharp details, and almost no wear, you could be looking at a rare specimen. For the SMS nickels, their unique satin finish and incredible sharpness make them stand out right away. Sending these coins to a grading service is the best way to confirm their authenticity and maximize their value. So, the humble 1964 Jefferson nickel is far more than just a piece of pocket change. With its connection to a transitional period in U.S. coinage, its mysterious SMS version, and its valuable era varieties, this coin has the power to turn an ordinary collector into a millionaire overnight. Always remember, the difference between a 5-cent nickel and a $40,000 treasure is in the details. So, check your coins carefully. Your fortune could be sitting right in your coin jar. If you enjoyed learning about the hidden wealth inside American nickels, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing coin stories.